In this video, I'm going to explain how burning out actually saved my online business. I will give you all the insights that I got after working 4 years on it and nearly quitting because I got burnt out. If you're new around here, my name is Andreas, the CEO of Python Marketing. Over the past 4 years, I've built an online business that helps solar companies around the world to generate more clients on autopilot. This business has allowed me to live in different spots like Barcelona, Mexico City, and I'm really grateful to have gone through the whole journey of building from nothing to nearly wanting to quit after having something, because I can give you all the insights about what works and what doesn't, so you have the best practices to build an ideal business. Because I did have my own online business and I could live anywhere I wanted, but I felt trapped because every single day I was chasing clients through cold calls, trying to schedule appointments, trying to close people over sales calls. When I did close new clients, I had to provide the service myself. And whenever anything didn't go according to plan, either on the acquisition side or on the fulfillment side, it was me always that was putting out the fires, which meant that I always had to work on the business and pretty much have no time to take breaks. Even if I was tired of dialing phones, even if I was tired of creating new ads for clients, it didn't matter what I was doing since I had no systems and no team around me. It was just me doing absolutely everything. And the only systems that I had would actually put more work on my plate. So I actually dreaded having those systems work in my favor. For example, if my ads were working well, I then had a lot more work to actually call those leads and schedule them. So the better my ads worked, the more I had to work myself, which subconsciously made me act in a way that would get worse results on the ads. Because if they got good results, I would have to chase leads 24/7. If I closed those leads, I would have more work. And then on the content creation side, I had to do absolutely everything manually. Sometimes some videos would get hundreds of views, sometimes they would flop. But overall, I was still trading my time for inconsistent results always. I didn't know how many cold calls to do to secure an appointment. I didn't know how many appointments I needed to take to secure a client, since everything was so inconsistent. I was changing my pricing, I was changing the sales scripts, the calling scripts. Everything was just a roller coaster of ups and downs, which, as you can imagine, left me in a bad spot since I didn't have any consistency whatsoever. I then realized that it was time to make a change because I needed to get support from systems and people to ease the workload, number one. And also, if I wanted to scale, I needed those systems to do so without taking a toll on me. Because once again, the more clients that I got, the more work it meant for me. So I started by delegating the most time-consuming/draining activities for me specifically, which was sales. So I tried onboarding a closer, giving them my scripts, and then just passing over the sales calls to them. But the problem was that if I myself, the founder, which ideally have a higher close rate than a closer, if I didn't have a consistent sales process, you can now just imagine how it looked like for someone external. Of course, it wasn't as simple as just delegating the calls and calling it a day. Without the bulletproof offer and systems, there was no point in delegating yet, since the results weren't guaranteed or even predictable whatsoever. So of course I failed not just once but multiple times, and I always had to take a step back after not getting the results to get back in the trenches and find a way to actually make the systems more predictable, the offer better, and overall guarantee results so that once I placed someone, they were sure to actually see success. So I went the opposite direction. I first delegated what I had more dialed in, which was fulfillment. As you can see, over a regular month, it was taking around 21 hours of my day. So it was a no-brainer to delegate fulfillment first, since I knew what worked on that side. The results were much more consistent since I'm more of a marketer than a sales guy. So that was much easier to delegate, as opposed to handing over the sales and having like a couple weeks where we would sell absolutely nothing since we were getting used to the process, optimizing the offer, and getting the systems dialed in. Instead, I would just close more deals, delegate fulfillment, and optimize the whole process from there. With this newly found free time on my hands, I could now refine the sales process to increase predictability. And once I had found a winning sales process, including the irresistible offer, which is the most important aspect of the whole sales process, I could take another shot at delegating sales. And you can just imagine, if I hadn't burnt out, I might have never taken a step back to work on higher leverage activities, focus on creating systems that would work without me being in them, and delegating important time-consuming activities to absolute A players that could do the work better than I even could myself, which of course not only helps me today, but also allows me to scale in the future. So I hope you don't make the same mistakes as me. Don't get trapped in operations focusing on the day-to-day, and rather build the systems that are going to allow you to slingshot the company to success without having to absolutely burn yourself out with work. With that being said, I'm curious to know if you have a similar experience as what I had to go through, maybe a wake-up call to start delegating and creating systems, or if you're still stuck in the day-to-day operation, kind of what are your next steps? Comment that below, and I'll see you on the next video.